Good evening, my dark webbers and YouTubers. It's the Anonymous Gamer coming to you live yet again with a report on the dark web. Now that I have my earphones on, we could talk about the dark web today. In perspective, dark web. Funny thing is about the dark web is that it's actually not very dangerous that everybody thinks. It just depends on the situation of the actual dark web itself. See, like I've already found several capabilities that the government doesn't want you to know in the dark web itself today. So far, I've actually found a dark web library that has to do with interesting stuff that has to do with the capability of survival, instinct, kill ability, and so like that as well too. But the government don't want you to know because they hide it from everybody. See? In perspective, the survival's guide of 100 deadly skills. Funny thing is, though, about that is that it's actually a very good read in perspective. The government just doesn't want you to know about the one actually made for the military itself. See, because what they did, they actually burned all those up. See, so that's the interesting part about that situation. See, the dark web is actually kind of interesting thing to have because you can find libraries about different books you can read. You can have access to all kinds of cool toys. And perspective is also something funny too, is that you can actually find capabilities of understanding when it comes to the word SanDisk itself too. You can find all kinds of stuff that has to do with the word SanDisk. I'll tell you why. The SanDisk or the SynDisk, mainly in your phones, that's the interesting part. Inside your phones now, when it has to be the Android case instead of the Apple case, actually has a capability of understanding how to actually be able to access the capability of hacking automatically without actually having to reproduce with a actual PC or anything like that now too. But I did digress on that situation because if I don't actually stop saying what I'm saying, because the government's going to come and stop me. Ha ha ha, government. You'll stop anyone just to keep the mouth shut about the actual public. See, won't you? In perspective, oh, sure. So many whistleblowers already, too, if you're wondering. So many whistleblowers, and the government wants to keep everybody shut up, so hush hush, so they can't actually say what they want to say. Now, do you, government? Well, America is supposed to be free for a reason, now isn't it? But you guys don't want it to because you think you're so cool and hot shit. Well, you're nothing, America. You're nothing, government. That's all I gotta say. You are nothing. In perspective, if you were something, you'll actually be understanding just trying to get government office of every single person out of there automatically. Now you guys are fucking us over. See? The climb of America is a funny thing about that too. Now, isn't it? In perspective, you guys are so touchy on so many subjects. It's not funny. All because you want to keep America safe because there's so many whistleblowers. You guys wouldn't know safe if bit you right in your fucking pussies. And that's kind of interesting to know now too is that there's actually all kinds of things that have been happening in America itself lately. Like it has to do with killing, slaughtering every single fucking person in the world. I mean, goddamn, people. So at least how actually have some decency to actually help people out in the world. What's kind of interesting though too is that I wish I can actually share all my links with you guys when I find them on the dark web, is because then you guys will understand where I'm coming from on certain subjects. See, and what's hilarious though is that the government's been hiding all kinds of shit in the dark web lately too. Sorry, having a lunch break here at night. Yeah, I just got home at 4. But that's what's kind of funny about the government is they have no idea what's safe for people to see and what's not safe for people to see. Like there's actually thing in the dark web where you can actually watch live executions if you wanted to, and that's even worse than you think. Be sure they've been recorded and then they've been sent onto the dark web itself, but that's the freaky thing about that. See, the live executions have already been recorded and then passed on to the dark web itself. So that means on the Tor network too. And what's funny about the Tor network now is that it's actually starting to get faster and capability of processing units as well too. So that means now people are actually going to try actually making actual red rooms now. And I actually say that's some dangerous shit if you ask me right there. Like that's what I'm saying. The first, I believe the first red room that was on the dark web has to be Daisy's Destruction. If you guys are wondering, with Peter Scully and Daisy's sister, if you noticed, that did count as the first red room. If you guys are wondering. Also, if you guys like the video and want to see more or hear more of this shit, just subscribe and so that too. If you want, leave a thumbs up and everything else if you want. I don't mind if you do or don't. It don't matter to me as long as you got to do something. As long as you're listening to me, that's all that matters. But the one that's kind of interesting too is that the Tor network actually has been getting a lot of traffic lately too. I've noticed, like, has to do with guns, knives, hacking dealers, Hitman now. One thing is, there actually is a Hitman network for the capability of understanding of different news publics now too. So now people are actually trying to assassinate each other when it comes to the news. So that means like reporters, stuff like that too. Like even Washington D.C. Washington D.C. The news in Washington D.C. is also on one of the hitman's list as well too, which is kind of funny if you ask me. But they're not saying even BBC is also on that hit list. There's a lot of weird things happening in the dark web lately, but the fun thing is though too is that most people can't understand why does the dark web exist. See, why is there a lot of dangerous things in the dark web that nobody can understand? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I wish that people would understand more about the web, the dark web itself, than actually just scratching the surface. But everybody's too scared to actually explore the dark web itself. I'm not scared to explore the dark web, but it is though too. I've actually found several survival guides on the dark web too. That have to do with protection of yourself and everybody around you too. I mean, it's also like the ultimate spy's guide, if you know what I mean. It's pretty cool. It teaches you how to actually defend yourself in case of being trapped by somebody. How to keep yourself safe in case of poisonous gases or anything like that. I mean, there's like a lot of interesting things on it, to tell you the truth. And most people wouldn't actually think that there'd be a lot of interesting things in the dark web, but yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff. Like also on this one dark web library that I was reading, well, I found a couple of books that I liked. One has to do with survival. The other one has to do with vampires. Or there's even another one that actually has to do with interesting things that have to do with escape plans in case the world comes to an end. This one's my favorite, by the way. Zombies Guide of Survival. It's kind of interesting. Well, it's mainly known as the Zombie Hunter Survival's Guide, if you're wondering. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's actually free on the dark web. If you guys are wondering, I can't give you the link. I wish I could, but if I give you the link, then the damn freaking government might shut it down, and I don't want that to happen. To the person that's actually giving out free information to everybody. See, and what's kind of interesting though too. Every single day, there's actually daily books you can read on there too. Like there's even a book how to unlock the secrets of your mind too. That book is actually a pretty good read if you guys are wondering. But that's pretty interesting though too. That you can find libraries on the dark web. You can find anything almost on the dark web, which is kind of interesting. You can find educational stuff. You can find non-educational stuff. You can find a lot of interesting things that have to do with spies and stuff like that too. Like even you can find have to do with the capability of understanding how the government works, why the government works, and how the situation with the government has to work between America itself. Also, if you're wondering about that too, is that sorry, the government actually understands the capability of fucking with people. See, so like first everything wants to go down in a handbag now, and then afterwards he's gonna try and clear it up again. See, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean everybody should know that the government's just gonna fuck it up again because what's funny though is that the president just signs the papers. See, the government are the one that enforces the law. See, if you guys don't understand that, see, because what it is about the government, they're the ones that do everything for the president. See, and that's what's hilarious about that. They fuck up the world more than it's supposed to be, than it is right now too. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I hate that they fuck up our world. That when we're actually trying to get everything, settled with and cured with and so that, but then they go ahead and fuck it up, so then nobody else can actually have, abilities on this earth. See, it means like being able to actually have fun, be safe, not get poisoned by air and so that, and poisonous gases that they're actually spreading around here. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. On if you actually ever go into the dark web, always look up libraries in the dark web because I'll tell you why. You can find anything that's to do with any problem, anytime, anywhere. The funny thing is though, if you guys are thinking that there be detonators in the freaking dark web books, you are definitely wrong if you're wondering about that shit because that is terrorism and I do not condone that situation. Okay. The only thing I condone is the damn freaking library that you can check it out. It's free. You can download them. You can even get them from anything like that too. Like what it'll do if you have a certain laptop, like if you have a certain laptop or if you have a certain kind of situation like that too, you can literally download those books onto your phone or tablet if you want to read them later or whenever you want. Doesn't mean that you can actually read whatever you want without actually having to have any consequences. See, guys? I mean, that's what's cool about the dark web is you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, how you want as well. But I did not condone the execution of people on the dark web. Okay, that's just wrong, and that needs to be shut down permanently too. I wish the government would understand, but they don't understand. You're too busy with their thumbs up their asses, trying to think about other things around here. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I wish that the government could understand about the situation that's happening today too. I mean, we have war going on, but they don't understand because they're not a part of it. See, what they're doing is they're making the problem bigger now too. And that's why I'm saying everybody should understand the reason why the hell you try making the problem bigger is because you can't understand why the hell it even exists in the first place. See, so that's one thing I hate about the government is they say, "Oh, well, we gotta do certain things about this, and we gotta do certain things about that." But we don't give a shit about America itself. We only give a shit about the money resource that comes in every goddamn day. See, and it's kind of funny now is now the aliens are coming down from Earth, well, coming down to Earth to figure out what the hell's going on here. See, also I know that this is dark web talk, but I'm gonna tell you something. That there's actually a special force of aliens that are actually helping out our government, and they're not grays, if you guys are wondering, by the way, too. This special force of aliens will actually kill you if you get near, because what they are is that they are the actual freaking red beings from a different planet that's next to us. See, they are known as the red hostile aliens that will stop at nothing to actually take over this earth and have the capability of the government fall into their capability of orders in the situation of fucking with America or fucking with the public itself. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Remember, the year 2020 is when this thing is supposed to go down. Okay, that means that the aliens will start dropping bombs. But remember, guys, I want to tell you. Remember, it's not the aliens that are dropping the bombs. It's the government planes that are dropping the bombs, because what they're going to be using is the capability of bomber planes. And what the fun is about those bombers is that they're impossible to find on radar. So that means once they go ahead and do that, they're going to use capability of electromagnetic pulses to go ahead and shut down every capability of technological item that we have. So we can't stop them, see? But then, in perspective, the only thing that would be able to stop them is that us. So that means we would have to stop the government public, see? We would have to actually stop the tyranny that the government's trying to overthrow on America itself. So remember that, guys. Everybody will have to be working together to understand this world itself, instead of actually having to just sit down and relax and just watch the world burn with us in it. See, like if you notice though too, the whole entire capability of public, education as well too is actually fucked as well. There's a lot of shit that's actually fucked in the world itself. I wish that people would understand that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, also I wish that people would understand that this world that we live in is not just a world that we live in, but it's our actual home. See, and when now what's funny though is that now the government and the scientists want to take our home away from us because they want to try to colonize Mars. In perspective, Mars has already been colonized, see? But that's the only bullshit part. And now I'll tell you something about the SIM card attacks is the SIM card attacks are actually possible. It just depends on the situation of what kind of SIM card you actually have in your phone at that time. So that means like old SIM cards or between the capability of old SIM cards and between something else too. You have to swap out your SIM card so you won't get hacked inside your device that way. So you'll be able to tell you why. Most people can actually use a SIM card attack on any phone that has to do with Android or anything like that too. But you cannot attack iOS system. I don't think. I don't know if that's possible. But it might be possible with a certain capability of hacks, if you're wondering. So that's what I'm saying. On. And that's what I'm saying. And I wish that people could understand that this world actually has a lot of dangerous shit than you think too. But I'll tell you something. The 100 Deadly Skills Survival Guide is actually a pretty good read. You guys should check it out, by the way, too. I'm not trying to make an advertisement or anything like that. I'm just telling you should check it out. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good read. It's this one that I actually have though right now is actually up the dark web, so I can only disclose the situations of the just a little bit of the book itself. Like it teaches you how to make a gas mask out of a bottle. Um, it teaches you how to make a what do you call it? It teaches you how to make a interesting fire starter by just using a newspaper and a little bit of a match. Just a little bit of the match. So then the newspaper will be able to actually catch easily. So then you can survive in the wild itself. So like if you have a match and stuff like that too, it's just a little bit of powder there. So then you're able to go ahead and start the fire easily because of friction, and it will actually catch that powder on easily too, so you'll be able to start a fire easily. Um, there's also abilities how to understand what to use as as a defense tool if you're wondering. And it's pretty kind of interesting too. Is that usually most people would actually use a defense tool, which is mainly a sock and coins. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting defense tool, I think. There's actually just a lot of interesting things in a read, so it's a pretty good read, by the way, too. You should really check it out. It's not on Google Play. It's not on the Google Play Store. I wish it was, but you can only find it at the dark web. So yeah, that's the funny thing about that. Okay, guys. But yeah, well, technically, I'm just gonna cut this short for right now because I'm gonna let you guys understand that I'm gonna be doing YouTube videos for a while, and I don't know how long to be restrictive, but I would like you guys to go ahead and put a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like it, and if you don't, well, that's the public, okay? But it's okay if you don't. But yeah, that's the Anonymous Gamer signing off. I will see you guys later, and it is 4 50. So I will see you guys later. Good night, guys. The Anonymous Gamer signing off. See you long.